What would you say if I tell you that you can sound more American with just one sentence? So I'm not kidding here. We're going to get right into it. So I'm going to practice one sentence together with you, and I'm going to point out the main elements that make the sentence sound American. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is the sentence. Take a moment, look at it. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. You can stop it, read it again, and now I'm going to guide you through the main elements. The first element is the so-called rhoticity, or the American accent is also called erotic accent. Why? Erotic accent is an accent where the R's are pretty much always pronounced. This is like set in stone, a rule. So you gotta just follow it. And instead of in a British accent, the R, for example, after vowels, we have some words from the sentence that where an R is after a vowel. So in American English, you would always say journalist, parked, car, near, dark, barn, record, tornado, warning, before, New York. All the R's are clearly pronounced. But for example, in a British accent, you would just drop it. So in a British accent, it would be instead of car, it would be car. So British people, they just drop it. But an American accent, always pronounce your R's. Make sure you're hitting them really hard. So let's give it a shot. The same sentence, and now we're going to focus on the first element of the American accent, which is hitting these R's. So you can read it together with me. You can also pause the video and then repeat it for yourself several times, say it again. So you can really make this first element render its second nature, so to speak. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. And I just see the R was just missing. Sorry, my bad. But of course, the R in tornado is also pronounced. So you can stop the video and record it again if you like. And then we're going to go to the second element that is very important in order to nail that American accent. And this is called flap T, or also fast or tap D. So when a T or a D consonant is between two vowels, it is usually pronounced as a fast D. So take, for example, the word water would be a British accent, so the T would just be pronounced as a T. But in American English, since the T in water is between two vowels, the A vowel, and the A vowel, it is pronounced as water. The same city would be pronounced as city. It is a very quick and fast tap of the tongue. So you quickly tap the tip of your tongue against the gum ridge. The gum ridge is directly behind your upper teeth, yeah? So it's like the rolled R, maybe in your language, yeah? It's water, city. It's quick and fast. And the same with regards to our sentence. Heading was written in the sentence with a D, but here it's also the very flap D, heading. Because again, the D this time is between two vowels, between the E, heading. The same with tornado, make it fast, tornado. This is essentially the flap T and or tap D. And now let's put it into work. We're gonna now focus on the flap T, maybe in our first reading, and then we read it again and also focus on the R. Okay, so first reading, focus on the flap T. so you're not overwhelmed. And then second reading, you're gonna focus on the R sounds as well. So I'm gonna read it 2 times. You can repeat it with me again. First time. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. Okay, good job. Keep going. So now we are going to the next element of the American accent, which is very important. It is important in order to have that contrast between reduced and stressed words. Normally, what non-native speakers of English do, they give equal emphasis to each word. But when you want to sound more American, more native-like, you can't do that essentially, because in American English or native like English for that matter, we have something called reductions. Reductions are essentially reduced words. And in English, American English, often the function words are going to be reduced. So function words are, for example, articles such as the. We also have it in another sentence. The instead of the, you're gonna say the. Or prepositions such as to sounds like t, t. And why does it sound like the and t? Because we gonna reduce the vowel within that function word, the vowel in the E vowel, and the U vowel in to. We're gonna reduce it to a neutral, completely relaxed sound that is called the schwa sound. I can also post like a short link to an explanation what the schwa sound essentially is in the description of the video. But the schwa sound is essentially this sound. So your jaw is completely relaxed and you just say this neutral sound. No strain whatsoever. And as I said, the vowel sounds in the unstressed words like the and t, they become reduced to the schwa sound. Also, pronouns such as him, his, her also become reduced, and we reduce them by dropping the first letter. So in his, him, her, the letter H is often not pronounced. It's not pronounced. For example, in our sentence, we have parked his car, parked his car. But that would sound, because we drop the H sound and we link the D to the E sound in his. So it just sounds like parked his car, parked his car, parked his car. So you don't hear the H sound. It's just parked his, parked his, parked his car. So parked is, these two words are essentially one word. Parked his car. So, and remember the H and his, him, hers is only silent when, except when these words begin the sentence. So if a word begins with his mother was blah, 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 then you don't drop the H. You can only drop the H if it's within a sentence. So if it's not stands at the beginning. Okay. So let's put it into practice. So here you can say I marked the reductions, so where the schwa sound is actually there. I marked them in a different color. So in this rose color. So let's give it a shot. So we can read it first time focusing on the reduction, and then we can read it again by putting in the flap D and the R. So we do it twice. First time, focus on the reduction. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. Did you get these reductions? The t, the, parked is t, the, and the. If not, you can stop the video, repeat the word several times for yourself, and then put it into the sentence. But now we're gonna add the R and the flap T to it, and also focus on the reductions, okay? The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. Great. So we proceed in leaps and bounds. So the next important element will be word stress. And this is the last element, so bear with me. We're gonna get through the finish line. Word stress. So word stress is very important if you want to speak with a clear American accent, because American English follows certain rules of stressing words within sentences. And if you follow these rules, you have a more natural rhythm that is similar to that of a native speaker. And several rules are important. First, a proper stress with adjectives. So when an adjective is followed by a noun, the rule is that you gotta stress the noun. So for example, in our sentence, we have the word combination dark barn. Since dark is an adjective, you gotta stress the noun barn because it follows the adjective. So you don't say dark barn, but dark barn, dark barn, dark barn. Then we have something called compound nouns. So compound nouns are word combinations that consist of two nouns. So in our sentence, the example is tornado warning. So tornado is a noun and warning is a noun. So in this example, the first noun is to be stressed. So always in compound nouns, you gotta stress the first noun. So for example, another example would be cell phone. Cell is a noun and phone is a noun. And it sounds wrong if you say cell phone. You gotta say cell phone, cell phone. And here we need to say tornado warning instead of tornado warning. So you can already tell it sounds kind of off. So it's tornado warning, tornado warning, tornado warning. Good. The next point, two more categories when it comes to word stress. The third one is phrasal verbs. So a phrasal verb is a verb preposition combination that carries a special meaning. We have, for example, turn off, turn up, turn down. And in our example, it would be heading off or head off, heading off. So in phrasal verbs, you always got to stress the last word. So not head off, but head off, head off, heading off, heading off. And the last one is names of places. It's a very important rule, actually. Names of places as well as persons or people. And when it comes to people and places, you always have to stress the last word. So it's Tom Cruise, Julia Roberts, Central Park, Central Park. And in our example, it is New York, New York, New York. Yeah, you got the hang of it. So let's put it into practice. So again, we're gonna read it 2 times. The first time we're gonna focus on the correct word stress in dark barn, tornado warning, yeah, and heading off. And as you can see, I underlined the words that need to be stressed, okay? Off and head off, the phrasal verb, dark barn in the adjective noun combination, and in the compound noun tornado warning, okay? So focus on that in our first reading. And then you're going to pause it, repeat it several times for you. And then the second time, we got to put it all together. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. You can pause it, repeat the separate words if you want for the stress, correct stress. And now we're gonna do it again. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. And now we have come so far. So we are doing the last final one. And I want you to record this final one. And ideally, like you could also record yourself, do the video again and record yourself at the very beginning. So you can record yourself now and then maybe go back to the beginning and record yourself again. If you can see like any difference, you should. So let's give it a shot and you can record yourself. The journalist parked his car near the dark barn to record the tornado warning before heading off to New York. So how was that? I hope you learned a lot. And I just wanted to provide you with some more sentences that also contain the main elements of American English. So maybe what you can do, you can watch the video again, jot down the elements that we talked about, and find them in these sentences and do the same as we did. You can mark them, read them first, just focus on the first element, then mark the next element, do the second reading. And then if you did one sentence in total, you can also be free to share how it helped you, because we would love to hear from you. Drop any questions or requests in the chat. And also if you want me to pick one of these sentences and analyze it with you together in the next video, you're also welcomed. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of the evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.